Hello, readers of Every Word, and welcome to Every Word 365. I'm your host, Christina Munoz-Madsen, and today we're reading Ruth. I don't know about you, but I'm so thankful for the book of Ruth. I love that we're given a quick story of love and faithfulness after all the chaos and calamity of Judges. Also, if you have fallen behind on your reading, Ruth is a great place to pick back up. Just paperclip whatever pages you missed. You can go back to them later. And of course, I'm including a link from Got Questions, and this portion is from the practical application from that link. The sovereignty of our great God is clearly seen in the story of Ruth. He guided her every step of the way to become his child and fulfill his plan for her to become an ancestor of Jesus Christ. In the same way, we have assurance that God has a plan for each of us. Just as Naomi and Ruth trusted him to provide for them, so should we. We see in Ruth an example of the virtuous woman of Proverbs 31. We'll be reading that in June. In addition to being devoted to her family and faithfully dependent upon God, we see in Ruth a woman of godly speech. Her words are loving, kind, and respectful both to Naomi and to Boaz. The virtuous woman of Proverbs 31, quote unquote, opens her mouth with wisdom, and on her tongue is the law of kindness. We could search far and wide to find a woman today as worthy of being our role model as Ruth. Feel free to jump ahead and read Proverbs 31. Ladies, talk about a true challenge. I once did an entire 8-week study on that one chapter. Lots of good words of wisdom to live by in there. And I love that Ruth could have felt sorry for herself and stayed in a land that was familiar. I think and feel like that might have been easier. And I love how timely this always is for me personally, because it was exactly 10 years ago when I switched careers. Talk about leaving something familiar. I had been in the TV news industry for 13 years, and I really did enjoy it and felt like I knew it well. Higher education was an unknown entity, and that made it frightening. But in the process that led up to taking a leap of faith, I consistently prayed for clarity. That was my key word during that time. And I asked God to make it clear, without a doubt, that I was supposed to leave. And even though it wasn't easy, I had an odd peace about it, and I believe it was because of those prayers. And my family and I have been very blessed by that decision because it led me to starting my own business, which gives me complete freedom to be the mom and wife who I feel called to be and allows me to do this ministry. So I'm so thankful for that path, which I know God had in mind the entire time. Back to Ruth. Because she chose to trust God and show incredible love to her mother-in-law, God rewarded her by making her a part of Jesus Christ's lineage. Many of us can't even handle holidays with our mother-in-laws, let alone moving away with them. I'm just kidding, but feel free to say amen if the shoe fits. A great challenge for all of us to truly show love to our extended family members. Again, not because it might feel good or be easy or even be fun, but because it is the right thing to do. So there is a lot in this short book. It is only 4 chapters, but I'm including several links from Got Questions. Always, if you're interested in digging and learning more, and of course the Bible Project overview video, it just lays it out so nicely. So if you want to dig more, especially because there's been a lot of darkness that we've been reading and you want more about the love story of Ruth, feel free to go to these links, check them out, read more, dig more as time allows, but don't get behind on your reading, of course. Tomorrow is a day off or a catch-up day for some of those paper-clipped pages, and then we start 1 Samuel. Happy reading!